with a defensive rebound, then you're giving up a really wide open three.
And it's interesting that LeBron, for the first time
in a playoff game, because he's a guy who's going to be very important in this series over the course of a series. So on the offensive end, he has to be aggressive. His game has
these special postseason moments. It's Reeves on the drive. Little giant killer, giant slayer over McDaniels with that 7-foot reach of his.
Just use that shoulder to create that space. And we talk about the IQ of Luka Doncic.
Let's take some inventory tomorrow. It'll be game one between OKC and Memphis on ABC. Los Angeles and Minnesota 3 against 6 here tonight. And Houston will play George Sedano.
Oh, they are deeper.
Reeves left it short. Randall with the rebound goes off to Reed. And Minnesota playing with a little bit of pace now. Conley.
They're also more aggressive driving the ball since that last time out.
And speaking of drives, Alexander Walker into Randall. 10 on the shot clock. Back out to Reed for 3 for the lead. Got it.
Playoff game. Meanwhile, Anthony Edwards, he is locked in for this playoff series. Veteran Mike.
James from deep. Rebounded by McDaniels. Minnesota doing all this with Anthony Edwards on the bench. Randall lets it fly. McDaniels with a big-time board. Oh, a little muscle ball inside. 82, Jay. He was a model of consistency.
Yeah, one of only 9 players to play in all 82 games during the regular season. But he's done it in a variety of ways early on in this game against the Lakers. He's had career highs this year in scoring, rebounding, and assists.
Looks like the Timberwolves come out in a little bit of a half-court zone here. James lobs it up. Hayes couldn't complete it. Reed snatches it out of the air to Randall.
Hayes is a lob threat. He's at 56 lob dunks this year for the Lakers, but it gives them a little more rim protection with him in there.
Daniels left that short, got it back, and laid it in over Hachimura. And Minnesota now leading by 5.
Los Angeles has called a timeout to challenge.
Foul on Vince
with a
back after this.
7-foot 1-inch reach, and he used all of it there.
Played his college ball at Washington. One of his teammates, Isaiah Stewart, both freshmen together playing for Mike Hopkins, is now with the Phoenix Suns.
James spins, fires, got it.
Jersey. And then did one of his high school games when he was at St. Vincent St. Mary. And I kind of hoped he'd retire before I would, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's actually going to happen.
They reposted to Randall. He's got Reeves on him. Cross court to Naz Reid. One more. Alexander Walker got a bird in Doncic, but missed the 3-ball. Doncic was looking for James with the rim run. Still got a post-up available. Luka out to Hachimura from deep. Will not get it off. Tipped out all the way to Randall. They got a 2-on-1.
In time, that's going to be the end of the first quarter play. Anthony Edwards with 6 points of the ball game. Doncic.
Lakers miss a layup, and they get a 3 on the other end.
As I mentioned, they are still doing this, Minnesota, without Anthony Edwards on the floor. Reeves working against Naz Reid. Reed staying in front of him. Hayes inside. And he was held like a grip. Have not committed a foul in the ball game so far, with 7:12 to go in the first half.
I'm not sure that's necessarily a good thing. You want to get a little bit more physical.
Alexander Walker against Doncic. Now to Reed. Got Reeves on him. Got a whistle and a defensive 3-second call against Los Angeles.
We got Jackson Hayes in there.
That'll put Conley at the free throw line for the Timberwolves. Chris Finch was telling us he loves when Mike Conley is aggressive, looking to score a little bit more than he usually does. Really supercharges them at the offensive end as Dante DiVincenzo gets ready to come into the ball game for the Timberwolves. George?
Jonesy, Jay, don't forget when Chris Finch told us that since he's the elder statesman of the team, the guys look at him as their favorite uncle on the roster, and as he certainly imparts wisdom all the time to them.
Yeah, Conley is always the quote-unquote adult in the room when it comes to the Timberwolves, with a wealth of playoff experience. Alexander Walker catch and shoot 3 way off. Out of bounds. It'll be Laker basketball, trailing by 5. Foul on the floor. Hayes, LeBron James, Hachimura, Reeves, and Doncic. with 5 starters on the floor. Off the drag screen, Doncic turned the corner. Good defense by DiVincenzo. Alexander Walker on the fly. James packed that.
Well, he knew that all the way, timed that out perfectly.
Hachimura raises up. Whistle out of bounds. And at 40 years old, LeBron James still doing this.
He's made a career defensively out of the chase down block. When they put up a statue outside this arena, it might just be that. What a block.
Stamped Wilson on the backboard that time. Anthony Edwards back in the ball game for Minnesota. 6 points in that first quarter. Sees 2. Good nail help by LeBron. Raises up anyway, and it comes off. Back out to Reed for 3. And Naz Reid laces the deep one.
Just a smart play by Edwards after that offensive rebound to look out immediately for that open 3 to Reed.
James turns the corner. Had it knocked away. Minnesota off and running. DiVincenzo. Nice show and go, and Dante lays it in.
They're so concerned about the 3, and very intelligently DiVincenzo with that shot fake turning it into an easy layup. And right now, Minnesota's got the Lakers on a bit of a string.
They have outscored Los Angeles 23-6 in this second quarter.
Well, they've done it with challenges, vertical challenges by the rim. They've made it really difficult on LA.
And Gobert got the block on James. Off and running again, a 3-on-2. Reed out to the three-point line. Splashdown. Rated defense, they've shown it here.
Yeah, they've really done a great job defensively. First, Dante DiVincenzo gets a block, then Naz Reid on LeBron James, and then Rudy Gobert. Well, now Minnesota has matched that with 11 of their own, and Jaden McDaniels has been a big reason why with his offensive rebounds and stickbacks.
Out of the timeout, Hachimura slips out of the screen and nails the 3.
Just a little pick and pop. 2 on the ball with Doncic, just throws it behind his back. And Hachimura, when he has his feet set, is an excellent three-point shooter.
There's Edwards around the Gobert screen. Finney Smith switches. DiVincenzo with a nice show and go. Randall crashed, Reed got it out to Alexander Walker from deep. And consecutive misses rebounded by Luka, who brings it across.
Well, they missed that wide open one. But what a great play by Naz Reid to keep that ball alive and get it to a teammate.
Whistle, foul. And Doncic will go to the free throw line. Drew the hit on Gobert. That might be his 3rd.
Because you're going at a pace like he's going to keep going. And then he just slows down or stops.
Incredible skill. Number 77 was traded to Los Angeles 77 days ago. You already know, from the Mavericks in exchange for Anthony Davis. And I can say this in speaking with some of the Lakers staff, that he has impressed the entire staff and his teammates with his ethos, his work ethic so far in getting in his lifts. And he is looking extremely sharp here in Game 1 so far.
Well, the Lakers in their history have had some blockbuster trades. Will Chamberlain from Philadelphia, getting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from Milwaukee, and then Shaquille O'Neal when he was in Orlando. But nothing has been quite like Luka Doncic in the middle of the season, getting an all-NBA player.
Jay, that was the first foul called against the Lakers in the ball game with 4:09 to go here in the first half, sending Naz Reid to the free throw line. That foul against Austin Reeves.
It's got to be some kind of playoff record.
We'll get our statman Steve LeBeau on that to look that up. But when they talk about guarding without fouling, I guess the Lakers have done it extremely well. It brings it across against Anthony Edwards.
Arena. These two teams split the season series. The Lakers and the Timberwolves did 2 games apiece, but an interesting caveat. They played just 1 game. It was in late February with Luka as a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. And in that game, Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert, Jay Billis, were not available for Minnesota. So that breeds a lot of question marks with respect to the intel and what this game is going to look like.
Yeah, and in that game, Anthony Edwards was ejected also, so there's not a lot of data that both teams can take from that game, but I don't think they're too worried about it.
By Minnesota has set up a lot of easy opportunities for threes.
And LeBron James with the field goal, his second one of the ball game. He's got 5.
Lakers are going to have to adjust. They cannot leave corner shooters on that penetration.
Edwards raises up and drew the hit on finish for the King. You have to go through the King, and that has Edwards in a great headspace coming into this series.
He's got the athleticism and strength to go through just about anybody. Go over.
Here's the King with the ball. James out front against Reed. A long two is good. Took a couple rhythm dribbles, Jay, and it paid off.
Right now for LA, this is about getting stops. Good fake.
DiVincenzo from deep. Loose ball, and Minnesota the first one's there.
Austin Reeves is gone for about 3 fakes by Dante DiVincenzo.
And that's going to be a foul against Lucas. Got it. And that's the type.
And going off the dribble has really drawn multiple defenders, and Minnesota's playing out of it. I don't think that LA can continue to overhelp like this.
They put 2 on Doncic. Hachimura, 1 more to James. 1 more. And a malfunction at the junction by the Lakers. 5th turnover.
Edwards drawn like 4 guys in the lane. LeBron James just recovering out late to Julius Randle, and Randle's been shooting the ball 45% from 3 in April.
Doncic switches on to Edwards.
He should take this on.
There's the 3. That one comes off. He hasn't taken a lot of those tonight. That was his first one. McDaniels on Doncic. They empty out the side for him. Going to walk down. McDaniels commits the foul, and we'll go back.
16 of those 20 in the first quarter.
Edwards on the wing. Randle wrestling with Reeves. The double team comes on the catch. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Randle.
Right on the catch. Luke Lee before the half.
But they're what JJ likes to call their laser lineup. Reeves from deep. James with the rebound. Another opportunity for Los Angeles. 10 on the shot clock. Finney-Smith. Back to James. Foul. DiVincenzo. Here he is off the wide action, and DiVincenzo holds it.